Well, welcome. I'm glad that you're with us as we continue our read through, and actually as we continue our wind up today now of the um, of the book of Ezekiel, the last few chapters of Ezekiel. Today we're going to read a description of, or well, we're going to continue reading the description of the temple. Notice that in chapter 43, the description of the return of the glory of God, notice in chapter 43 that we have this description of the return of the glory of the Lord to fill the temple. You might recall how the glory of the Lord descended on the tabernacle when it was dedicated, when Moses dedicated it, Moses and the people, or how the glory of the Lord descended on the temple when Solomon and the people dedicated it. You might even remember how Ezekiel saw the glory of the Lord leave the temple about 30 chapters ago in Ezekiel. Once Solomon's temple was destroyed, we actually never read again of the glory of the Lord visibly returning to the temple. Not the smaller temple that was built by those who returned from the exile, or the greater temple that was built later on by the Romans for the Jews. Um, you will read a very clear prophecy today of that glory returning, but when and how is this prophecy to be fulfilled? Clearly, it's the start of a new era in the relationship with God and His people. That's going to become even more clear as we read tomorrow and all the various instructions and so on that God gives. One has to wonder, is it possible that this is fulfilled when Jesus enters the temple? When Jesus, goes into the temple, certainly the presence of God is there. The glory of God is in Jesus. Um, I'm not going to take a dogmatic position on this by any means, but certainly it is a legitimate Christological understanding of the message that Ezekiel is conveying. Now, once again, I have no significant comment on the details here as they're presented by Ezekiel. Read them, enjoy them, and know that God cares about details. God cares about you. He even knows the number of hairs on your head. Um, God's not an absent God. He's here, He loves you, and He cares about you. And we can see that in the detail that He takes in our lives. Um, Again, may God be with you, bless you. I pray that our time together is helpful, even when I can't completely understand or can't completely explain to you exactly what it is that we're reading, but hopefully the overview will help you a little bit. God be with you, bless you. I look forward to gathering again the next time.